Eleanor Hargrove awoke to the soft chime of her alarm clock in her modest brownstone apartment on the outskirts of Chicago. The date was October 15th, 2025, a crisp autumn morning where the leaves outside her window danced in shades of amber and crimson. At 68 years old, Eleanor had mastered the art of routine. She brewed her coffee, black, no sugar, and sat by the window, gazing at the city skyline in the distance. It was a view she had earned, though few knew the full story. Her life had been a tapestry of quiet achievements. Born in 1957 in a small town called Milford, Illinois, Eleanor grew up in a home where art was a luxury. Her father, a factory worker, sketched charcoal portraits on weekends, while her mother mended clothes for neighbours. Eleanor inherited her father's eye for detail and her mother's resilience. She married Tom Hargrove at 20, a kind man who worked as a mechanic and shared her love for drawing. They had one son, Jay, in 1983. No, wait. In this retelling, let's align with the idea. Her daughter, Lydia. Lydia was born in 1983, a bright-eyed girl who filled their home with laughter. Tom encouraged Eleanor's dreams, but life was practical. They lived in a small house, saving every penny. When Tom died suddenly from a heart attack in 1995, Eleanor was left alone with a 12-year-old Lydia and a mountain of grief. The insurance payout was $100,000, a fortune in Milford. Instead of spending it, Eleanor invested. She opened Hargrove Art Supplies, a tiny store in the town centre, stocking paints, canvases and brushes for local artists. The business started slow. Eleanor worked 18-hour days, scrubbing floors, balancing books, and hosting free workshops to build a community. Lydia helped after school, mixing colours and chatting with customers. "Mom, you're like a magician," Lydia would say, watching Eleanor turn a blank canvas into a landscape. Those were the good days before Lydia's teenage rebellion set in. By 2005, the store had expanded to 3 locations. Eleanor went online, selling to artists across the Midwest. Lydia, now in college in Chicago, tuition paid by Eleanor's savings, began to distance herself. "Milford is so backward, Mom. I want more." Eleanor understood. She wanted more for Lydia, too. In 2012, she sold the chain for $12 million, a sum that stunned even her. She invested wisely, in stocks, real estate, and anonymously in the arts. Her favourite beneficiary was the Vanguard Gallery in Chicago's Art District. Founded in 2005 by Victor Hale, an eccentric curator with a passion for emerging talent, it struggled financially. Eleanor's first donation was $500,000 in 2012, saving it from closure. Over the years, she funneled $5.2 million, funding exhibits, grants, and renovations. Victor knew her identity. No one else did. "You're our guardian angel," he'd say. Lydia, meanwhile, had climbed the social ladder. At 42, she was married to Marcus Beaumont, a hedge fund manager. They lived in a penthouse in the Loop, hosted galas, and collected art for status. Lydia sat on charity boards, but her real skill was networking. She had 2 children, Zoe, 10, and Alex, 8, who attended elite schools. Eleanor visited occasionally, bringing homemade cookies and stories from Milford. Lydia tolerated it, but her patience thinned. The invitation to the Vanguard's grand reopening came via email. "Mother, join us for the event of the season." Black tie. "Try not to be late." Eleanor sensed the subtext. "Come, but don't embarrass me." The arrival. Eleanor dressed carefully, a simple black gown, pearl earrings from Tom. She took the train into the city, arriving at the gallery by 6 p.m. The building was a modern marvel, glass facade, high ceilings, white walls ready for masterpieces. Inside, the air smelled of fresh paint and anticipation. Staff bustled, arranging sculptures and lighting. Victor spotted her immediately. "Eleanor, you look wonderful. Everything's set. Your touch is in every corner." She smiled. Keep my name out of it, Victor. This is about the artists. He nodded, ushering her to a quiet exhibit room. The featured artist was Sofia Ramirez, a 28-year-old from Pilsen, whose mixed media pieces explored immigration and identity. One work, Shattered Borders, was a collage of torn maps and family photos, wired together with barbed wire. Eleanor stood transfixed. It reminded her of her own borders, the ones she had crossed from poverty to prosperity. Guests began arriving, curators in tweed, collectors in tuxedos, socialites in gowns. Eleanor mingled subtly, chatting with Sophia. "Your work has soul," she said. "It speaks of resilience." Sophia beamed. "Thank you." "It's inspired by my grandmother's stories." Lydia arrived at 7:30, a vision in red silk. Marcus on her arm, Zoe and Alex trailing. She air-kissed Vanessa, a fellow socialite, and Harold, an investor. Spotting Eleanor, she approached with a forced smile. "Mother, you made it." "Good. The kids are bored already. Maybe you can entertain them." Zoe, a mini Lydia with curls, hugged Eleanor. "Grandma, look at this weird statue." Alex tugged her hand. "It's like a robot." Eleanor laughed, kneeling to their level. "It's art, dears. It tells a story." Lydia waved dismissively. "Don't fill their heads with that." "Come, Marcus, let's meet the curator." As they walked away, Eleanor heard Lydia whisper to Vanessa, "Mother's so out of place here. She's from the sticks, thinks finger painting is high art." Vanessa giggled. "How quaint. You must be a saint for bringing her." The sting was sharp, but Eleanor pushed it down. She had heard variations before, at Lydia's wedding, where Eleanor was seated in the back, at holiday dinners, where her gifts were opened last. The evening's program began with cocktails. Eleanor nursed a sparkling water, listening to conversations about NFTs and auction records. Lydia's group gathered near a Ruiz painting, a swirling abstract in blues and golds. "Ruiz is a genius," Lydia gushed. "We're bidding tonight. It'll hang in our foyer." Harold nodded. "Smart investment. Values are skyrocketing." Eleanor joined the circle. "It's beautiful. The colours evoke emotion, turmoil and hope." Lydia rolled her eyes. "Mother, please. You wouldn't know a Ruiz from a roadside mural. Go find the kids. They're probably causing trouble." Marcus chuckled. "Yeah, Eleanor, we got this." The group laughed. Eleanor retreated, heart heavy. In the powder room, she splashed water on her face, remembering Tom's words. "You're stronger than you know, Elle." Back in the hall, she overheard more. Clara, the critic, said to Lydia, "Your mother seems sweet, but so ordinary." "How do you manage?" Lydia sighed theatrically. "It's exhausting." "She's like a relic. I invite her out of pity, keeps her from rotting in that tiny apartment. She's basically on welfare." Eleanor froze. Welfare? She owned the brownstone outright, had a portfolio worth $20 million. But Lydia's narrative had erased that. The humiliation builds. The keynote speech started at 8 p.m. Victor took the stage, his voice booming. "Welcome to the renewed Vanguard Gallery. Tonight, we honor art's transformative power. A special thanks to our anonymous benefactor. Over $5 million donated, funding everything you see." Applause rippled. Lydia near the front leaned to Vanessa. "Probably some billionaire tax dodge. Not like Mother. She couldn't give a dime. I pay her bills, you know." The words carried to Eleanor standing in the back. Zoe tugged her sleeve. "Grandma, is that true?" Eleanor knelt. "No, sweetie. Your mom is mistaken." But the damage was done. Guests glanced, whispering. Eleanor felt exposed, like one of the sculptures on display. The auction followed. Items ranged from small prints to major pieces. Lydia bid on the Ruiz, driving the price to $80,000. "Sold to Lydia Beaumont," the auctioneer announced. Lydia posed for photos, beaming. "This is for our collection." As the crowd milled, Lydia's group reconvened. Eleanor approached, hoping to congratulate her. "Congrats, Lydia. It's a stunning piece." Lydia turned, eyes cold. "Mother, What are you doing here? This is for serious collectors. Go sit with the kids or something. You're embarrassing us. Vanessa snickered. Yeah, no offense, but you look like you wandered in from a thrift shop. Harold added. Let the experts handle it. Lydia laughed loudest. Oh, Vanessa, you're terrible. But spot on. Mother, just stay in the background, okay? You're not important here. The words echoed. The gallery seemed to spin. Eleanor walked away, tears pricking her eyes. She found Victor in his office. I can't take this anymore. He hugged her. Reveal yourself. It's time. Eleanor nodded. Do it. The reveal Victor returned to the mic. Before we conclude, our anonymous benefactor has decided to step forward. Please welcome Eleanor Hargrove. The room fell silent. Eleanor walked on stage, head high. Lydia's face drained of colour, the Ruiz catalogue slipping from her hands. Victor continued. Eleanor has donated $5.2 million, saving this gallery multiple times. She's the reason we're here. Eleanor took the mic, voice steady. Thank you. Art has been my lifeline. After losing my husband, I built a business from nothing. Hargrove Art Supplies sold for millions. I've supported places like Vanguard anonymously to nurture talent without fanfare. She looked at Lydia. But tonight, I reveal myself because my own daughter has mocked me as a nobody, a burden. Lydia, you've lied about my life to fit your image, your education, wedding, even Marcus's business, funded by me. Gasps filled the room. Lydia stammered, This is lies. She's delusional. Victor presented documents, donation receipts, business records. It's all here. Marcus pulled Lydia aside. Is this true? Lydia broke down. How could you do this to me? Eleanor replied. You did this to yourself. I demand respect. My future donations go to a rival gallery unless you apologize. The crowd buzzed. Photographers snapped. Vanessa distanced herself. Harold shook Eleanor's hand. Impressive. Let's talk collaboration. Lydia and Marcus left early, kids confused. Eleanor stayed, accepting congratulations. For the first time in years, she felt seen. The next day, headlines screamed, Hidden philanthropist humiliates socialite daughter at gallery gala. Eleanor's phone rang with interviews. Lydia texted, We need to talk. They met at Eleanor's brownstone. Lydia looked defeated. Mother, why? Because you erased me, Eleanor said. I gave everything for you. Respect is the least I ask. Lydia cried. I was ashamed of our roots. I wanted to be someone else. You are someone, my daughter. Act like it. Reconciliation was slow. Lydia volunteered at Vanguard, learning from Sophia. She hosted family dinners, no pretense. Marcus admitted, Your support saved us. Thank you. Eleanor expanded her philanthropy, starting Hargrove Grants for widows in arts. She mentored Sophia, whose career soared. A year later, at Vanguard's anniversary, Lydia spoke. My mother taught me humility. She's the true artist. Eleanor smiled, awakened. Her story was no longer hidden. It was a masterpiece.